What if I told you a real-life princess gave up the love of her life, not because she stopped loving him, but because the crown told her she couldn't? A princess torn between duty and desire. A decorated war hero who dared to love her back. And a kingdom that said, no. This is not a fairy tale. This is the tragic story of Princess Margaret and Group Captain Peter Townsend. A love so powerful it shook the British monarchy to its core and was buried beneath royal silence until now. Like, share, and subscribe before we continue the untold royal story. Margaret was just 14 when she first met Peter Townsend, a handsome World War II pilot who later became her father's equerry, a royal assistant. He was calm, honorable, and twice her age. She was wild, beautiful, and full of spirit. First, it was just a crush, but over the years it became much more. After King George VI died in 1952, grief brought them even closer. Peter was her rock. They started meeting in secret. Love notes, quiet moments, stolen glances. But Peter was a divorce. And Margaret? The sister of the new queen. In the eyes of the church and the state, their love was forbidden. In 1953, a photographer caught them together. Public gasped. Palace denied it. But whispers turned into headlines. Could the Queen's own sister really marry a divorced man? Remember, this was just 6 years after her uncle, King Edward VIII, abdicated for the same reason. The monarchy couldn't survive another scandal like that. The solution? Banish him. Peter was sent away, posted to Brussels as an heir attaché. Margaret was devastated. But the crown believed that with time, she would forget him. They underestimated the strength of her heart. 2 years passed. In secret, they wrote to each other. When Margaret turned 25, she could legally marry without the Queen's consent. But the government stepped in. If you marry him, they said, you will lose your royal titles, your money, your home, your status. She had to choose love or crown. On October 31, 1955, Princess Margaret stood before the world and said, I have decided not to marry Group Captain Peter Townsend. She said it was her own choice, but was it? Behind the scenes, hearts were breaking. Peter moved on. He married a young Belgian woman. Margaret later married too, but the spark was never the same. Decades later, in private letters, she confessed, I loved him to the end. And Peter? In his memoirs, he called Margaret the only woman he ever truly loved. Did the monarchy regret it? Some say the Queen never truly approved of the separation. Others believe it was the price of protecting the firm. But what is a crown worth if it crushes the human heart beneath it? In today's world, Meghan married Harry. Charles married Camilla. Times changed. But Margaret? She walked so they could run. She sacrificed everything, for family, for crown, for duty. Or was she forced to? So now we ask you, was the monarchy right to stop their love? Or did they destroy something sacred in the name of tradition? Comment below. Debate. And remember, even royalty bleeds when love is lost.